Hey guys, good morning. It's Julie. Going to show you the Jats mom comp Blackbird. We went over how to create the mom comp template Wednesday last week. So this Wednesday we'll see how to use it in Blackbird. So basically, what the template does is just give us a chance to be in momentum. So we want to trade with momentum and bar direction for a trend following strategy. And we use Jats PT uh, like an ATR. It's a different calculation. And this video will show you how to set that up. So in Blackbird, and I'll give you this Blackbird template Wednesday in this next training. So in Blackbird, you put the mom comp template and your entry signal. And then in order set, I've got three order sets, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm showing it to you this way because we're going to make a change. But I wanted you to see what this is like before I put the change in. So right now we're just going to a 1.5 um, profit target and stop, just like the ATR setup. Um, we're going to use a 14 period range. And when you put JATS PT2 in the indicator box down here, um, it just defaults like this. So whatever time frame is on your chart will be the time frame that range is being calculated on. And leaving it on 3 is 95% of that range. So 1 is 34%, 2 is 68%, 3 is 95%. So we're able to take our ranges and percentages. So this template is just measuring 3 contracts with the same equal distant profit and stop. And when we click strategy performance, I've already run this so we can show you. Um, it's good. Yeah, on a 5 minute bar, it's real good. It's 150 days. So it's about 50% profitable and profit factor of 144, 146, 143. So it's a decent start to build a strategy. We can do better, right? So how to improve this would be by trailing the stop. Instead of setting the profit targets as 1, 2, 3 like we have done in the past. So instead of, changing each profit target, you know, order set 1 to, you could click on, sorry, I had a speck on my screen. You could click right here to make it 1, 2, 3. B would be 2 and 3 would be 3. I leave them all because it's a 5 minute range. I leave them all on 3, but I like to set the trail, and this will give us that extra profit factor. So what we want to do is go to the action. We don't trigger anything. We just move right to the last and click that, and then we add the indicator down here, the JATS BT, to just like that, and say OK. And what we want to do in this instance, we want to say minus 0.34. So 34% of that range, we're going to trail it. Okay. And we're not going to repeat it. It's just going to be a one time. And then on order set B, the first trailing rule is to trigger a stop loss If the A stop loss is hit, I want to cancel this trade. So the action would be flatten trade. So you can come in here and choose order status changed and then choose A stop loss and then flatten position. So we're going to add a second trailing rule, and we're going to just go to the move to last and add the Jats PT in the indicator setting. Getting a little bit of a delay here. There it goes. Click that, and then change this to minus 0.68. Okay. And so this will allow us to do a graduated trail setting at one time. Right click, calculate, and then we'll compare the first calculation just without trailing it to the second. So it's taking a bit longer to calculate because it's got these trailing conditions to go through on a 5-minute bar over 150 days. Give it a minute to calculate. There we go. And I'm going to change this back to my settings so you can see it. And then we look at our performance. Yeah. So you can see we've doubled it by trailing it in increments. We've doubled the profit factor from 144 to 326. So more than 2 times doubling the profit factor, and it increased the percent profitability. I mean, significantly. We went from 49.26 to 60.16. Um, so yeah, this helps by trailing it. So we just trailed it the one time, right? So if we change this again to change the trail to tick up with each bar on the repeat indefinitely on each bar, and here we can set the repeat indefinitely until filled or stopped, and then save and close. Right click, reload, rerun the strategy. Okay, so you see here it's got no logic selected when you run a strategy. Just go back in and check it, and that way you can get it cleaned back up. If you're a stickler for what you're looking at, don't want to see all that garbly gook. So let's check the performance and see that improved the performance. So now it's up to almost 500,000. So by trailing it, either static or trailing it on each bar, increases the profit factor. Okay, so we'll go through the Bloodhound template, we'll go through the Blackbird template again in training on Wednesday. And this is a 5-minute bar. So we're not restricted to just 5-minute ranges. This works on all time frames, right? So You could put this, on a 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute time frame and run, and 5, 15, 30, and run little volatility envelopes. You see what I'm saying? So you could have an algo with a Blackbird instance running it on a 5 minute time frame. You could do a second one on a 15-minute chart, and you can do a third one on a 30-minute chart. And then you can just, go inside these volatility envelopes and, if you will, and we could talk about that too. So here is the 15-minute range, 308, 424 profit factor. It's a higher percent profitability. It's not as noisy, but you're so you would add, like if you were doing that volatility envelope, you would add the 5 minute range with your 15-minute range. So that's 800,000. And then if we change it again to a 30-minute range, let me close this. Always close it before you run a new uh, iteration of the strategy. You don't want to have those orphans sitting out there. It could mess up Blackbird of the pending orders and all that. So there is this technique of trailing that I highly recommend versus just taking, profit targets. It's more beneficial financially to um, take profit targets and not just stop losses. I mean, profit targets. I'm sorry, I'm messing up. It's beneficial to trail instead of taking profit targets. You know what I mean? Okay. So here for all three, the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and the 5 minute, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's your $1 million strategy right there. Now we don't have deep pockets, right, to be running this. If there's a fund manager that would like me to help him, let me know, but I'll be glad to, or her, I'll be glad to. But we can use micros, right? So we can trade micros. So think about it. We can, sell premium to generate passive income, and then we can trade micros to monetize the margin for that premium and make more money. So 1/10 of this would be 100,000 roughly if you're running on 3 time frames. And so that's 369 micro contracts. So that's just like, one regular contract, but being able to split it up. You get 10 micros in one regular contract. So for the price of 10 micros and being able to separate the orders out like this and trail, there you're talking now retail traders can participate. All right, so using the micros with this, well, unless you have the budget, if you have the money, then yeah, put um, 9 regular contracts on it and get this maximum amount. But yeah, there's another trick. Just before I go, I will show you. Um, you can put order set B to like 5 contracts. Okay, and let me put this back on a 5 minute chart. And this is exciting because think about it. Order set B would have been closed had order set 1 gotten stopped out. So you can bring the profit target, the profit target was brought down on order set 1 by that trail of 34%. So order set 2 is a 68% trail. And if that 34% gets stopped out, you're limiting your loss, but maximizing your gain if it did not get stopped out. So with that, theory in mind, now we've just reached a $1,500, almost $1,600, and 8% profit factor, 8.5, 10 on the longs. So the longs love this. Well, the market's been basically long, so that's why. But yeah, I mean, definitely worth looking at, and I'll help you get your Blackbird set up, and then y'all can be testing it on your own. Thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday. Bye bye.